Hi, welcome to the award-winning Ed Brown Show. Boy, is it hot outside. Boy, it is burning up. But anyway, we have some hot tickets here today. We have the Laurel Art Festival, and we have Larry. He won the Park and Planning Award again. And really, Larry, tell us a little bit about all these awards that you win. Oh, Larry Colbert here, he's been around. He does everything. You enjoying the Sports and Learning Center. This is the man. And along with him that made Larry is his former coach. That's Stan Mullins. And he's going to tell how he made a man coming to Prince George County like Larry. He does everything. Larry, welcome to the show.
Good morning, Mr. Brown. It's always a pleasure to be here with you. This time we're on a different agenda. Other times I've been on your show is about where I've been on the road traveling, winning awards.
Right.
So this is what I would say right now is the icing of the cake on the cake of this award here.
But what happens is that you continue every time I look, you're winning. You're either winning an award for presenting a team, or you're winning a personal award. This guy runs track. What's that? What are you wearing? 100?
Right down. I'm doing the 400, the 200, and the 100.
He's doing all of that. So this is really something else. Mr. Mullins, tell us where do you dig this guy up from? He claimed at the presentation last Saturday that you made him.
Well, I didn't really make him. The talent was there from the outset. I think Larry and I got together when he was about 35 years old, many years ago.
A couple days ago, right?
A couple days ago, yes. And it was very interesting how we got started, because I had a group of young men that I was training for a track club. At the time, it was called Club East, out of Washington, D.C. And we were working out, and so this guy came on the track, and he was just standing around, and he saw the guys running, and he came over to me. He said, "You the coach?" I said, "Yes, I am." And I introduced myself to Larry, and he said, "You mind if I start running with these guys?" He said, "I have some medical problems that my doctor told me I need to get out and do some exercising." And in the back of my mind, I'm saying, I really don't have time for a guy that looks like he might be, older. Because these guys were like in their teens. They were 19, 20-year-old guys. And some of them were actually training to compete on the national level. So I said, yeah, okay, come on, yeah, you can get on the track. You can go. You can do it. And then he asked me about some workouts, and I'm saying, I don't know if I have time to do that. And I said, okay.
You couldn't get rid of him.
I couldn't get rid of this guy. And so I said, well, I know how to get rid of him. I'm going to really work him real hard, and maybe he won't come back.
Show up.
But Larry just kept coming back day after day. Every day I come out on the track, and I see this guy here warming up, and he was keeping up with the other guys after a few weeks. And I'm saying, well, this guy may have some potential, because we do have a program. It's called a master's program. And at that time, he would probably have fitted into the submaster program. And so he kept progressing, getting better. And then I asked him, "Have you ever run track before?" He said, "No, I never run track before." And then we started letting him do certain events like the 100 meters and the 200 meters, and he started beating guys in his age category and keeping up with some of the younger ones, matter of fact. And so it progressed from there. And Larry and I have been together now I guess about 37 years, Larry?
37 years,
Pretty close to 37 years, yeah.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
Yeah.
Well, one thing I like to mention is the fact that the Sports and Learning Center, like I was telling everybody that comes in this area, is one of the best facilities in this country. They don't understand the educational aspects of it, the athletic aspects of it, what it is producing. And Larry, just like they said at the award ceremony, said he does everything. You know how some guys, they were involved in something, in certain things they have other people. There's nothing at the Sports and Learning Center that Larry doesn't get involved in. Whether it's setting up programs, whether making sure the facility is in the best shape.
Right.
And I mean, when I say the best shape, even picking up paper and everything that's involved in the programming and everything there with the Glen Arden Track Club, which Larry is heavily involved in. It's one of the outstanding. They go all over the country. I traveled with him 2 years ago. I think it was down in Florida.
Florida.
Yeah, and there's so many places that the Glen Arden Track Club and the track people in this area have been represented, and Larry has been part of it. And so we really like to honor all the efforts and everything that he's put into the Sports and Learning Center.
And Mr. Brown, it's interesting that you talk about the things that you see him doing around the facility.
Right.
And he has his personality and the way he can communicate with people. I noticed that a lot of his coaches are right there too, and they're doing the same thing.
Right.
Even when we have the high school
Coach
meets,
Henry is whole slew of them.
Yeah.
When we do the high school meets, we see all those guys there helping out and volunteering their time, and because they're knowledgeable about certain types of events and things. And it keeps the program, it keeps the track and field program throughout Prince George's County really, really on par and rolling right along.
And a lot of people, they think that, Sports and Learning Center, they don't understand the educational aspects of it.
Absolutely.
As far as computerizing, we have courses. They have these programs where seniors and young people can come in and actually take all sorts of training as far as the computers, and physical, as far as the senior citizens. The senior citizens have a terrific program. And then gymnastics, the facility itself, they've had national as far as the gymnastics is concerned, as far as the swimming meet is concerned, and the facility itself, they have the Olympic size track outside, and they have an indoor track, which Larry and I were talking about off camera, is that this is a facility that Prince George County should be very, very proud of it. And what they need to do is go over there and really support those programs, because supporting those programs will make it a better center. Because we need everybody. Volunteer. That's one of the things that we have in this country is volunteers, and the idea is that you can do something, and with the track, gymnasts, swimming, computer, is something there for everybody. Absolutely. You know what I mean? And that's the beauty of it.
Well, Mr. Brown, what we do there, I get there around, I don't have to be at work until 6.
Right, you get it at
5:30, 5 o'clock, because I want to do my workout first, do my little training and things of that nature. Then when time for the doors open, I'm ready to go to work. So I have to get there early to take care of myself and do what I have to do. But the beauty of that Sports and Learning Complex is the senior citizen. People do not see them. We take a count every hour on the hour of how many people are using the track indoor and outdoor. In the 2011, we have over 83,000 people has been using that facility. I mean, walking, jogging, or something.
I'm not surprised.
That's indoor and outdoor, and most of them are senior citizens.
Right.
Because they're on time. At 4, I get there at 5:30.
And they're standing there waiting to go in.
5:30. Some of them driving, going home. They've been there going home. And the beauty of it is I got nicknames for all of them, because I don't know, I can't not call your name, Every now and then I might know your name. So I call them the polar bears. The polar bears are out there early in the morning. The only time that they comes inside the building, if it's really, really snowing or ice or something, the polar bears are coming. Normally they're outside walking. And another nice thing, when they gave me this award or ceremony Saturday, they had this big picture flying up. Congratulations, coming from the polar bears, you know. So they always there, you know.
Is that right? I didn't see that.
Yeah, the polar bear.
Yeah, the
I
polar
started to
bear.
bring this. I didn't want to bring
you
too
should've
much.
brought that
But the
with you.
polar bears, you know how well they come out and utilize and use the facility. There's one young lady, and I call them young ladies. She about in her 90s.
In the 90s?
In her 90s. I call her young lady. She's a young lady. But she was out there when the track first was built. And I think we hadn't put the asphalt down.
Okay.
She said, "Can I get on the track?" I said, "Yes, ma'am." And we walked around the track. Right now, I think this lady is still there.
No
Comes
kidding.
out and walk. I said, "This is your track. You was the first one to step foot on." Just before we put the Martin surface down, you know, because she didn't know nothing about it. She saw the asphalt. She thought she could walk. I said, "Yes, ma'am. You can walk on the track." So so many beautiful things has come upon that facility. Not only young, but everyone.
Yeah, in fact, our next guest is at Sports and Learning Center. The Laurel Art Guild had a art show there.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
my goodness.
And people don't know the variety of programs that they have there.
Available.
And that they can participate with little or no cost.
That's true.
See, that's the idea.
Yeah.
And so we're really pushing the Sports and Learning Center, because what we basically want to do, we want to get volunteers first. Is everybody out there can volunteer for something at that center, because what we want to get stands on the opposite side, because we want to attract. What was that? We missed the Olympics.
We missed the Olympic trials this year. 2012, the
because
Olympic
we
trials
didn't have
could have been
stands.
didn't have the stands.
Didn't have stands on both sides of the stadium.
And that's all it was
this
asking
is-
for.
And this is what people in Prince George County need to get together and make sure we get stands for that Sports and Learning Center.
Right.
Because it will draw funds. Everybody talks about the money, but that center
That'll be a
will
fun man.
draw, just like you were saying, even the senior citizens, 83,000.
That's right. That's how many people we had there.
Senior
walking.
citizens.
Wow.
And
Yep.
you can't even count, just like the day I was up there, you can't even count. It must have been Youth Day. Boy, it must have been
get it out.
100,000 up there.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know what I mean? And they were involved in different programs.
Yeah.
So with that, I like to congratulate Larry for his work, Colbert there. He's been working in Prince George County how many years?
Right now, I've been working in Prince George County as far as schools and things of that nature. I say about 45 years.
Yes, right.
But he don't like for me to say this.
Yeah, because that makes
Honest,
that pushes
where it
pressure
actually
on him.
started.
Yeah.
It started right
That's
there.
where it started.
I created all my I would say all my success in track and field. Not only in track and field, I'm a watcher. I'm not very much of a talker. I watch what you do. And he said something the other day, and I did not know that. How he brought me along. He just see if I was going to quit.
Right, right.
So I do my athletes the same way. You never say no to them.
Right.
You work
Give-
with 'em
encourage 'em.
and encourage them, and just see how long they're gonna hang.
All
But
right.
He wasn't about to make me quit.
No, that's
All
not
right.
even in his
Once
vocabulary.
again, Mr. Mullins and Larry, we're happy to have you on the award-winning Ed Brown Show, and this is what we are trying to let people be aware of the citizenry. They're doing a terrific job, and just like I said, I was, by being at the center, the art show, which is coming on the second half from Laurel, that's where I saw it. I said, now this is fantastic. The program is so varied up there. But I'll tell you one thing, I'd like to see some of you volunteer for something. You know what I mean? Most of you don't want to get paid every time. This guy here, Larry, he volunteers for a lot of things that he doesn't get paid for. I know that. Okay, see you in a second. Hi, welcome back to the award-winning Ed Brown Show. And our next special guest is April Rimpo. I mean, she's from the Laurel Art Guild. And this is a coincidence. Here I am wearing a Aries shirt, born in April, and also April is born in April. So I tell you, boy, things really worked out. But anyway, tell us a little bit about the Laurel Art Guild.
Thank you, Ed. Thank you so much for having the Laurel Art Guild here. And coincidentally, Laurel Art Guild was also born in April.
No kidding.
April of
April's in.
1967.
Is that right?
Yes, they were. That's when they had their very first meeting. A woman from Laurel put an ad in the paper looking for people interested in having an art club. And they all met. They met actually at a citizens building in Laurel. And there was a lot of interest. And in fact, one of our current members was at that meeting. In fact, I think there may have been two there at that meeting.
Is that right?
Yep.
Still booking,
member,
huh?
still going very strong.
That's what I mean. Great.
Yep. And the community, the Laurel leaders, were very instrumental. I don't know the influence these women had, because it was primarily women who were forming this guild at the time. But they managed to get the Laurel community leadership excited. They helped them find venues where they could actually hold their meetings. They were at a couple different venues for the first 3 years, and then Prince George's Planning Commission gave them permission to actually hold their meetings out of the carriage house at the Montpelier Mansion.
Oh, great.
And so we still have that privilege today to hold. We have Laurel Art Guild supplies there at the carriage house that we can make use of when we hold events. And now we primarily hold our meetings in the Laurel Art Center, which the Guild was also instrumental in.
Where is that located?
That's also on the Montpelier grounds.
On the Montpelier grounds. That's a famous grounds. You know, I got introduced at the Montpelier Festival. You have that every year, and that Montpelier Festival is just outstanding.
It is.
I mean, people come from everywhere. They do a good job there.
Yes,
in
they
Laurel.
do.
Yeah.
And the Laurel Art Guild, that's one of our opportunities for community outreach. We always participate in that every year.
Yes.
We have a booth. We set up easels so that the community can paint with us. Frequently, we'll have a model who's dressed in colonial clothing so that they can help. They can participate with us drawing the model, or they can just do anything they want to. It's really a great
they won
event.
quite a few awards, both the Guild and the festival. You know, the work that they've done. I've attended quite a few of them, and I'm really impressed. And then when I went to the Sports and Learning Center, I saw the Laurel Art Guild exhibit. I said, this is great.
Yeah.
You know, and some of the pieces that was this exhibit there, I was really impressed with. I took time out. Actually, I went there after exercising, and I went to the computer room, and the exhibit was on the back side of the computer room. So I had to almost pass it, you know. And I saw the art, and I said, this is lovely. Then I found out it was the Laurel Art Guild. I said, wow, because I knew that the art festival every year has always been great.
Yep, yep. Yeah, our exhibits chair located that venue. I'm not exactly sure when the Sports Center opened, but we've been holding exhibits there for a number of years
Is
now.
that right?
And
Well,
it's one of a variety of different venues where we can hold work.
Yeah.
We also have an annual show at the Montpelier Arts Center, and so I've brought some images along that we can look at.
Okay. Why don't we take time
Want to
now?
take a few minutes to look at those?
Yeah, take a few minutes to look at these images from the Laurel Art Guild. It's in Laurel, Maryland, right on Route 197.
Yes. We have a variety of artists. This was the first place winner from a 2010 exhibit. This woman works in collage. She uses a variety of different media. In fact, she was a pretty new member to the Laurel Art Guild at the time that she got this first place. The next image is an honorable mention from this year's Laurel Art Guild Open.
Is that right? Are these local artists?
Yes.
No.
Oh, yes.
That's-
Most of the artists are actually do live in PG County.
Mm-hmm.
Some live in Howard, some live in Montgomery, but the majority live in PG County. There will, I believe, this one here actually it was a piece that won the first place in 2008.
Is that right?
It's mine. I'll gloat a little
Oh,
bit.
oh, that's yours?
This is my painting.
No kidding. Congratulations.
Thank you.
That is beautiful.
This next one was the third place winner. So you can see we have a lot of
Variety.
variety.
Yeah,
Some
I
realism,
see.
some
Modern,
abstract. Yep.
abstract. Yeah.
And this man has a studio actually in Brentwood, Maryland, at the art center that's affiliated with PG County. And the last image I brought along is a piece that's done in pastel. It was done in one of our plein air events, and I don't know if you know what a plein air event is. Many people don't. They're just paint outs. So you're actually there live. This was held.
I mean, you go on site.
You go on site
and actually
and
do the painting.
do it within a few hours.
Is that right?
So
is
it's
that
really
the
quite
ruling? You
impressive.
have to do it. You can't wait to do some today and then go back tomorrow.
No,
and do
generally it's just one session.
One session.
People will go out for a few hours in the morning before it gets too hot in the day and do work. And this was a beautiful pastel that our treasurer did.
Now tell us about programs that you have for the public, just like youngsters, senior citizens. Do you have such thing as that?
Yes. As part of our outreach, which is very important to the Laurel Art Guild, is to have a lot of community outreach.
Yes.
One of the things that we've done is we've established a partnership with the Laurel Regional Hospital back in 2006.
Great.
And they have held children's exhibit every year. And we helped them originally to organize the event because they'd never done an art exhibit before, and then helped
Great.
with the jurying of that event.
Great.
And in addition, they have us hang work, and every 3 months we rotate what work is on display in the hospital so that there's something bright in the halls to kind of help cheer the place up.
I mean, you donated or just?
No, the
or you
work is it's just there on rotation.
On rotation.
It
I
is for
see.
sale, and occasionally we'll make a sale. In fact, there was a story on one exhibit was coming down, and I think one of the people who worked at the hospital came running out and said, "Oh, I want to buy that, I want to buy that."
Oh,
So
great.
we do occasionally make a sale, but the main thing is we're trying to just make it a nicer place for the people.
Environment, yes.
Right, for the people who are working there and the patients.
Okay. Well, how do you attract young people?
So the festival we talked about earlier
Yeah,
this
the festival.
year, that's probably the
they-
biggest
oh,
thing.
wow. The festival has everything in it.
Oh, yes.
They
And
have everything.
It's usually held just before Mother's Day, so we'll have a table where they can make Mother's Day's cards.
Right.
And of course, they're invited to work at the easels as well. And it's actually, the kids do a lot of great things, and they can take
Sure.
it home.
Right.
We've had a few young
Give
members.
them a place to, express themselves.
Yep.
Right.
And then the last thing that we do that's specific to younger people is we give a scholarship to two high school students who are graduating, planning to go on in the visual arts. The Laurel High School and the St. Vincent Pallotti High School, so the two high
Great.
schools in Laurel.
Right.
We
Well,
give
how
work.
do an individual get involved with that? Who do they contact? Your phone number?
So-
and your meetings. Tell us a little bit about that.
Meetings are held 10 months of the year. We take the summer off. A lot of people are traveling.
Right.
So September through June, we have meetings every month at the Montpelier Art Center. They're held in the main gallery. They're open to the public. I believe they make it into the Laurel Leader.
Is that right?
Advertised.
So you can get information from the Laurel Leader
And we
about the
also-
guilds, the programs.
Yep, and we also have a website.
And the
and
website.
we have publish on the website what events are going on. And we have a variety of events. Some are the how to do type things in different media. Our members primarily are painters.
Painters, I see.
So
But
they
did
could be
you have-
oil.
But you do have classes, because I've seen them advertised.
We do. We
Yeah,
hold
right.
workshops as well.
Right, workshops. Yeah,
yep.
right.
So
Well,
it's really quite a busy organization.
I know it is,
And,
right. And I want to thank you for being here,
You're
April.
welcome.
And as far as the Laurel Art Guild, they do a terrific job. And just like I was saying earlier, with the festival going on, I think that festival must be about 20 years old, isn't it?
Oh, at least.
At least,
At least, yeah.
Okay, this has been Ed Brown. Just to give you an idea of what's happening in Sports and Learning Center, Laurel Art Guild. These are Prince George's finest. See you next time.